For most people, this does not look like a road. It looks like a mistake. A strip of dirt carved into a cliff. A bus squeezing past a drop with no room to breathe. A path where one wrong turn does not mean a delay. It means there may be no way home. But for some people, this is not an adventure. It isn't a stunt. This is school. This is work. This is the market. This is the only road back to their family. People use these roads every day, and, honestly, I don't know how. In Bolivia, the North Yungas Road clings to the sheer walls of the Andes. 64 kilometers of single-lane dirt, dropping 3,500 meters into the Amazon basin. Historically, this corridor claimed up to 300 lives a year. Yet for local families, this is not an extreme sport. It is their only link to markets, schools, and emergency clinics. To survive, drivers follow an unusual, unwritten rule. They drive on the left. By hugging the outside, they can look directly down at their tires, hovering over the 600-meter abyss, monitoring the crumbling clay beneath them. To an outsider, looking at the drops, it is madness. To the people living along the cliffs, this is basic infrastructure. It is just the road home. Every day, 4 to 5 heavily loaded buses travel these sheer cliffs. Inside, 30 to 50 passengers sit in tense silence, market sellers cradling their wares, children traveling to school, and families returning home. These crowded vehicles are a shared survival unit. They transport more than people. They carry approximately 25 tons of agricultural produce daily to the markets of La Paz, alongside food, medicine, and fuel. There is no alternative route. When a rockfall closes this corridor, the entire valley chokes. Fuel prices spike by 30%, and the local economy stops instantly. For those on board, the driver's quiet focus and steady grip on the wheel are the only things keeping daily life from plunging into the abyss. Rain and landslides can erase a lifeline overnight. In the southern Philippines, a single mudslide buried the primary access road to a mountain community, completely cutting off 5,000 vulnerable residents for 3 consecutive weeks. Without incoming food shipments, the market price of local rice doubled, and acute malnutrition rates climbed among children under 5. In the steep Himalayas of Nepal, these sudden route failures turned medical emergencies into desperate waiting games. A landslide in Kumpur blocked the only trail to the nearest clinic, delaying a critical medical evacuation by 6 hours, while patients waited in pain on canvas stretchers. For these isolated communities, the physical climb is only half the battle. The true weight lies in the agonizing uncertainty before they even leave home. The constant fear that the only road to survival has already vanished under a wall of mud. When the road ends, the gap must still be breached. Across remote valleys, the instinct to turn back confronts the stark reality of total isolation. In western Nepal, 10% of students rely on a single steel cable, a makeshift tuen, to slide across roaring rivers to reach their classrooms. There is no backup plan. They hang over the water, pulling themselves across by hand. In Peru, the Queshuachaca Bridge spans 120 feet over the Apurimac River Gorge. For 5 centuries, local families have hand-woven and rebuilt this grass suspension structure every single year. For a mother cradling a newborn or a farmer carrying crops, this fragile path is a calculated risk. Outsiders see a death trap. Villagers see a practical link. A fragile crossing is always better than being completely cut off. In the high-altitude grasslands of Peru, Karo children walk up to 4 hours each way at 4,500 meters, carrying potatoes and tea in the thin air. In Bhutan, 11-year-old Anisha travels 3 hours over rugged mountain paths. These grueling journeys define their childhood. In Madibago, in the southern Philippines, the school run requires a 90-minute descent. down a sheer rock face on wooden ladders, or a 5-hour jungle trek. These students carry heavy physical and social burdens before their first lesson begins. What looks like extreme daring is simply the routine cost of an education. Leaving these mountains is rarely a simple choice. When families migrate, the collective labor needed to maintain crop terraces and irrigation canals collapses, triggering food shortages. For those who remain, these paths anchor them to their ancestral land and families. In Peru, the annual hand-weaving of the Queshuachaca grass bridge is more than maintenance. It is a ritual of cultural continuity. Locals view this endurance as a quiet responsibility to the life they have built. For millions, survival is a daily commute with no other choice. What we see as madness, they simply call home. Subscribe for more stories of human resilience.